Greetings and welcome to another impressions video here at Words About Games, and today we're going to be looking at Crackdown 3. Crackdown 3 is the latest Terry Crews-powered entry in Xbox's venerable open-world franchise. This time out, the agency is sent to New Providence to battle evil megacorp Terra Nova, who's responsible for the blackout attacks that have left most of the world's major cities without power. Your agent is the only survivor of an attack on your plane, and together with the disembodied voices of your allies Echo and the agency's voice, you'll need to dismantle Terra Nova's nefarious operation. Crackdown 3 is very much a bombastic B-movie style action game. It aims to be loud, chaotic, explosive, and something that doesn't require too much thought. And in that regard, it more or less nails exactly what it was going for. This isn't the cloud-powered, fully destructible experiment that was revealed more than 4 years ago, and how much you'll dig this game very much depends on what you're hoping to get out of it. If you're after turning your brain off and enjoying big, dumb action and a map layered with checkbox-style objectives to complete, Crackdown 3 might just be your jam. If you're after anything else, then it's probably worth looking elsewhere for your next time sink. And if you've been seduced by the idea of playing as Terry Crews thanks to the game's pre-release marketing, then you should definitely skip this. Aside from one excellent opening cutscene, Terry Crews' contribution to Crackdown 3 is to provide a model for one of the game's playable agents and a light smattering of voice lines that begin to repeat within minutes of the game starting. His presence in Crackdown 3 is non-existent. As for the game itself, it's fine. It's a very uninspired open-world adventure. It's not that Crackdown 3 is a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, more that it very much feels like we've been here before. Once you complete the game's tutorial, you're thrust into the open world, free to complete objectives in any order you see fit. New Providence is ruled by several gang bosses. By dismantling their operations, you'll gather intel on them, and once you've gained 100% intel, you'll unlock their main base and be able to take them down in a boss fight. You repeat these steps until you've taken down every boss in the game. There's nothing to really stop you from blazing a trail straight towards each boss. In theory, you need to complete side activities to boost your agent's power. These take the form of prisoner rescues, destroying manufacturing equipment, climbing propaganda towers, and more of your fairly standard open-world activities. Crackdown 3 employs a neat skills for kills leveling system. You improve your stats by using set stats. For example, you boost your firearm stat by using guns, or your melee stat by defeating enemies with melee attacks. Each activity on the map comes with a chance for survival percentage. The more powerful you are, the higher your chance for survival. Except this mechanic makes very little sense. I've rolled into fights with a 10% chance of survival, expecting a tough challenge, and breezed through the encounters as easily as I had activities where I stood an apparent 90% survival chance. Upon completing the last objective to unlock a boss fight with rampant AI Roxy, my survival chance was 26% higher in the boss fight than in the mission I'd just played. I have no idea how Crackdown 3 actually works out my survival rating, but I never really felt like the game was presenting me with any sort of escalating challenge. Sometimes there'd be more enemies, or they'd have shields or extra health, but they presented no real extra challenge. They just took a little longer to beat. The problem here is the combat mechanics and the weapons you unlock. Crackdown 3 doesn't require any aiming. Literally. The game features a lock-on mechanic that means all you have to do is point in the vague direction of an enemy or destructible objective, and once you pull the left trigger, your aim will automatically snap onto your target. And once you pick up one of the game's obviously overpowered weapons, Crackdown 3 becomes a bit of a cakewalk. I secured the pulse cannon quite early on, a weapon which fires a laser beam that sets enemies on fire and melts their health bars, and never really needed to look back. There's a big variety of weapons for you to unlock, sure, but you only need one or two to be set for the entire game. Again, how much of a problem this is depends on what you want out of the game. If you want to carve your way through the world feeling like an overpowered superhero, then you'll get what you need. If you want any nuance, balance, or challenge out of your open world shooter, then you'll probably want to give this one a miss. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the incredibly disappointing multiplayer mode Wrecking Zone. At first, its totally destructible environments and focus on extreme mobility seem really neat. As you blast the environment to create new sightlines or bound across the map with your agent's impressive triple jump distance. But within about 5 minutes, you'll have seen everything there is to see, and you'll be easily bored once you realise that getting kills is entirely decided by whoever starts shooting first, thanks to multiplayer carrying over the lock-on mechanics from the campaign. The player base does the game no favours, as most players start dropping out of matches as soon as their team starts losing. Every single match I played ended in a blowout, with one team left with only 1 or 2 members out of 5 who stuck it out to the very end. Worse, this can't be mitigated by rolling into Wrecking Zone with your crew, as Crackdown 3's multiplayer doesn't let you bring parties, which is completely unforgivable. Multiplayer aside, Crackdown 3 isn't a bad game. If you're just looking to blow stuff up and turn your brain off for a weekend, it's actually pretty perfect for that. But if you're looking for something to actually engage with, you should look elsewhere. Everything about Crackdown 3 has been done better in dozens of other games, and you might just be better off finding one of those games to play instead of this one. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. If you've enjoyed it, please keep it here at Words About Games. We've got tons of content, including our weekly podcast, more impressions videos, patch notes, and our weekly indie game of the week. We also stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/wordsaboutgames every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. And most importantly, have a great day.